So we got introduced to Figure, and it wasn't really a blockchain story at the time. It was we learned about blockchain after the fact.
Yeah.
But the premise was we have found a new way to streamline it and just create this amazing experience for a borrower. And at the time, you had not partnered with any depositories. So I still believe we were the first true depository
I think that's
partner with Figure. And we saw the opportunity as a way to differentiate. A lot of legacy systems in retail banking in general, whether credit union or traditional bank. And you guys had this thesis of we can do this in 5 days. And it was like, that's great, especially if we can be one of the first movers. So when we look at strategic partnerships, we really like to get in early because it creates a mutually beneficial relationship for both parties versus trying to partner with someone in an overly saturated, partnership environment. It's a lot harder to have a seat at the table. So I think we grew together over that partnership. We learned a lot about the blockchain and got to see the efficiencies and effectiveness of what that brings to the table and how that's used to bring that speed and efficiency and scale. And, we've been doing business together now since 2020.
Since you mentioned blockchain, was that technology ever a barrier to you using Figure or explaining Figure to maybe your board, others in the company, other executives, regulators?
We started slow, right?
Okay.
And then we got comfortable with it. We got comfortable with, all the basic functionality, right? Our board, as we continued to scale and the numbers got a lot bigger, they wanted to understand it. So we got them more comfortable with it. Our regulators definitely were, questioned it. We are a state chartered credit union and we're federally insured. So we have the joy of having 2 regulators. We had one regulator who kept viewing it as crypto.
Okay.
Which obviously has nothing to do with crypto. So we had a long education session that actually went fairly high up the ranks.
Interesting.
To teach them and kind of learn, get that behind them. And then the other thing we have from a regulatory standpoint, which, there's been some interesting developments lately regarding pledging of assets, where I think the blockchain aspect is one of the greatest selling points of what it can do.